Hey, Cowboys Nation, welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. All right, imagine the drama brewing in the Dallas Cowboys locker room right now. The rumor mill is spinning wildly after Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys' offensive coordinator, reportedly lost his patience and made a pretty bold statement. He doesn't want Jake Ferguson on the team anymore. Now, this is huge news because Ferguson, a tight end with undeniable talent and potential, has been part of the Cowboys' plans for some time. But when a coach of Schottenheimer's caliber openly questions a player's place on the roster, you know things aren't just about performance stats or a bad game here and there. The whispers are that this might be about more than just football skills. It could be about locker room chemistry, attitude, or even a clash of visions for how the offense should run. Fans are buzzing with speculation. Did something happen behind closed doors? Was it a series of missed assignments? Or maybe a growing frustration that reached a boiling point during practice? Whatever the exact cause, the Cowboys organization is suddenly facing a critical decision that could shake up the team dynamics as they head deeper into the season. Some insiders suggest that Schottenheimer's frustrations with Ferguson have been simmering for a while. It's no secret that Ferguson has had moments where his play hasn't quite matched the hype, but outright rejection from a coach is a rare and serious move. The fact that Schottenheimer allegedly went public with his sentiment indicates a breaking point. Coaches usually keep these things under wraps, managing conflicts internally. So, when words like this slip out, it raises questions about the underlying tensions. Could this be a signal to the front office that Ferguson is expendable? Or perhaps Schottenheimer is trying to send a message to the whole team about accountability and performance standards? There's also chatter about how this might affect the Cowboys' offensive strategies moving forward. Losing Ferguson means adjustments for the tight end position, and maybe even shifts in play calling philosophy. The Cowboys have to weigh whether maintaining team harmony and coach confidence outweighs the talent Ferguson brings to the field. It's a delicate balancing act with the playoffs looming and expectations sky high. Rumors are also swirling about how this development could impact Ferguson's career trajectory. Being cast aside by a coach like Schottenheimer, known for his offensive mind and ability to develop players, could mean Ferguson might have to look for opportunities elsewhere. If things don't change fast, other teams in the league could be watching closely, waiting for the chance to snatch up a player who might be undervalued now, but has untapped potential. Meanwhile, Ferguson himself might be feeling the pressure to prove his worth both to the Cowboys and the rest of the NFL. If he can't turn things around quickly, this situation could spiral into a full-blown trade scenario or even release. That possibility alone fuels the speculation because the Cowboys don't usually part ways with promising talent lightly. Fans are torn between loyalty to Ferguson and trust in Schottenheimer's judgment. It's the classic debate. Does a player's attitude and fit in the system matter more than raw ability? For now, the tension remains, and the Cowboys' future plans feel more uncertain than ever. Some analysts are even hinting that this dispute might signal deeper cracks within the Cowboys' coaching staff and management. If Schottenheimer is willing to voice such a strong opinion against a player publicly, it could reflect a broader dissatisfaction or power struggle behind the scenes. The NFL is a high-pressure environment, and sometimes internal disagreements bubble up into the public eye, disrupting the team's focus. Could this be a sign that the Cowboys are on the verge of reevaluating their entire offensive strategy or coaching lineup? The timing is crucial since the team is aiming for a strong run in the season. The fans are on edge, wondering if this drama will derail the Cowboys or if it might serve as a wake-up call that sparks a new level of performance and unity. Coaches have to manage egos and expectations constantly, and sometimes tough decisions are necessary to keep the team on track. But the question remains, is cutting ties with Ferguson the right move or a risky gamble? The Cowboys front office is reportedly in damage control mode, trying to assess the situation and figure out the best course of action. Player morale and public perception matter a lot, especially for a franchise with such a passionate fan base. If Schottenheimer's comments become a distraction or lead to division, it could hurt the team's chances on and off the field. The Cowboys are known for their star-studded lineup, But the locker room atmosphere is just as important for success. The management might have to step in to mediate, possibly arranging talks between Schottenheimer and Ferguson to clear the air. Alternatively, they could consider making roster changes if they believe the relationship is beyond repair. This would send ripples through the league as the Cowboys' moves are always closely watched. Meanwhile, fans and commentators are debating endlessly on social media and sports shows, trying to decode what this means for the team's short and long-term prospects. The Cowboys' journey this season could hinge on how this drama unfolds. Meanwhile, some fans are speculating about how this might affect the dynamics among other players. Ferguson's teammates could be caught in the middle of this tension, forced to pick sides or stay neutral to maintain team unity. Locker room chemistry is fragile, and a public rift between coach and player can create divisions that impact performance. Some wonder if other players might feel emboldened or concerned by Schottenheimer's firm stance. Will this encourage a culture of accountability and toughness, or will it breed resentment and uncertainty? The Cowboys have a roster full of personalities and veterans who could either help smooth things over or amplify the tension. The coaching staff's ability to manage this situation behind the scenes is now under a microscope. If mishandled, it could turn into a bigger story, distracting the team at a crucial point in the season. The stakes couldn't be higher as the Cowboys drive for glory in a playoff berth. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Now, shifting gears a bit, the aftermath of Brian Schottenheimer's statement about Jake Ferguson could set off a chain reaction, not just within Dallas, but across the league. Rumors are already swirling that other teams might be quietly evaluating Ferguson as a potential midseason acquisition if the Cowboys decide to part ways. The tight end position is crucial in today's NFL, blending blocking and receiving skills. And Ferguson's blend of size and agility makes him an intriguing asset. For teams looking to bolster their offensive weapons, the question is whether his apparent fallout with Schottenheimer will scare off suitors, or if they'll see a diamond in the rough waiting to be polished. Some scouts reportedly believe Ferguson's talent is undeniable, but mental and emotional aspects need refining. This could lead to a scenario where a fresh start in a new system revitalizes his career, turning what looks like a setback into a comeback story. The league loves those narratives, and it keeps fans and analysts on edge about what's next for Ferguson and the Cowboys. There's also speculation about how this drama might influence Brian Schottenheimer's reputation as a coach. While he's respected for his offensive acumen, publicly dismissing a player can be a double-edged sword. Some insiders argue this might reinforce his image as a tough, no-nonsense leader, unwilling to tolerate anything less than total commitment and precision. Others worry it could paint him as overly harsh or impatient, potentially causing friction with players and even upper management. In the highly scrutinized environment of the NFL, a coach's ability to manage personalities is as important as game strategy. Schottenheimer's comments might be a calculated risk to push the team forward, or a misstep that could backfire if it alienates key players or fans. The unfolding situation will likely be closely watched by other teams, media, and even potential future employers who weigh his leadership style when considering coaching opportunities. The Cowboys' handling of this issue will be a case study in balancing authority with empathy in professional sports. Meanwhile, chatter is heating up about what this means for the Dallas Cowboys' offensive scheme. Losing or sidelining Ferguson could force Schottenheimer to rethink his tight end utilization or seek alternatives through trades, free agency, or promoting backups. The Cowboys' offensive line and quarterback might also need to adapt to new formations or passing options. Analysts are debating whether this change could be a blessing in disguise, unlocking more flexibility and creativity, or a headache, disrupting established rhythm and chemistry. The tight end spot is often a pivotal element in modern offenses, serving both as a blocker and a receiver. Removing Ferguson might open the door for younger or less experienced players to step up, but it also raises questions about depth and reliability. Fans and pundits alike are speculating on which players could fill the gap and how Schottenheimer's play calling might evolve. The Cowboys could emerge from this challenge stronger or more vulnerable, depending on how they manage the transition. Adding to the intrigue, some insiders hint that this situation might have repercussions beyond just Ferguson and Schottenheimer. If internal disagreements about player personnel and strategy become public, it could trigger a broader shakeup within the Cowboys coaching staff or front office. Teams often keep such tensions under wraps to present a united front, but when cracks appear, they can lead to firings, resignations, or reassignments. The Cowboys, with their championship aspiration and intense media spotlight, are especially vulnerable to such fallout. Rumors suggest that key decision-makers might be debating whether to back Schottenheimer fully or take a more player-centric approach. This internal tug-of-war could influence not just the team's culture, but also their performance on the field. The NFL world is watching closely as these behind-the-scenes dramas often shape the course of entire seasons. The Cowboys are at a crossroads, and how they navigate this controversy could define their identity moving forward. On the player side, there's also talk about how Jake Ferguson might respond publicly and privately. Players often have to balance honesty with diplomacy in these situations, and Ferguson's next moves could either calm the storm or fan the flames. Social media posts, interviews, or behind-the-scenes conversations could offer clues about his mindset. Some suggest Ferguson might embrace the challenge, working harder to prove Schottenheimer wrong and regain a spot. Others speculate he might explore options outside Dallas, seeking a fresh start in a more supportive environment. The pressure is immense as public scrutiny can affect confidence and performance. Ferguson's response will likely be watched closely by teammates, coaches, and fans alike. It's a pivotal moment in his career that could showcase resilience or signal a turning point. In the cutthroat world of professional football, how players handle adversity often shapes their legacy. As much as their stats do, the ripple effects might also extend to the Cowboys fan base, which is known for its passion and high expectations. Fans have already taken to social media to voice opinions, with some supporting Schottenheimer's tough stance as necessary for discipline, while others are rallying behind Ferguson, emphasizing his potential and dedication. This divide reflects broader debates in sports about loyalty, talent, and leadership. The Cowboys organization will need to manage fan reactions carefully, as negative sentiment or confusion could affect ticket sales, merchandise, and overall morale. The drama adds another layer of intensity to an already electric season, with every game carrying extra weight. How the team communicates about this issue and how transparent they choose to be could influence public perception and fan engagement. In a sport where connection to the community matters deeply, the Cowboys face a delicate balancing act between authority and empathy. Looking ahead, the Cowboys' next few weeks will be critical, whether they find a way to reconcile Schottenheimer and Ferguson or decide to part ways. The decisions made now will echo through the rest of the season. The coaching staff might implement new strategies or personnel changes aimed at stabilizing the team and refocusing on their goals. Meanwhile, players will be motivated to either prove their value or seize new opportunities arising from this shakeup. The NFL's fast pace means there's little time to dwell on drama, but the shadow of this situation will linger. If managed well, it could become a turning point that galvanizes the Cowboys and fuels a playoff push. If mishandled, it could unravel team cohesion and hurt their chances. The entire football world is waiting to see which path Dallas takes, and the tension is palpable. This story is far from over, and the next chapters promise even more intrigue and drama. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.